Welcome to the World Changers Huddle. I am your host, Diamond. So excited to be with you today. I'm so excited, so excited. Wanted to talk to you real briefly about staying focused on the priorities, staying focused on the priorities. We often talk about, dreaming, planning, executing, being consistent, being dedicated. So we always talk about those things, but I also wanted to talk to you about when you have to deviate from the plan to ensure that you meet your goal. We just released, I'm so excited. You see my face? We just released two holiday films in a short amount of time. Literally, I got the urge to do it at the end of October. And by Thanksgiving, we had our Thanksgiving film out, Radical Friendsgiving. Go check it out on YouTube. Our channel is I Matter Media. And then after that came out, I had to write, direct, film, and edit our holiday special for Christmas, which was called Slay All Day. You see my face? So excited about that. And it was, I did the steps I tell you about, and me being me, because I love being extra, radical, do it big, bigger than big, I had all the stuff that I wanted to do. I wanted to do like the trailer, wanted to have the casting party, wanted to have the premiere party. We have a couple of things coming up that, I want to do the commercials for coming soon. Stay tuned. I wanted to do, I wanted to do the coming, after the first episode comes out, like the commercial for the next episode. And in the matter of time that I have, with all the things that I have going on, sometimes you have to deviate from the plan, or alter, not deviate, I'm going to say alter the plan that you currently have, and ensure that the product is completed. Because you can have all the bells and whistles and the hoopla and the paparazzi and all the glam, and then your product come out like trash because you didn't put that time and effort and energy and focus on your goal, on your product. So I had to deviate from the original thought of doing the events and the marketing, other marketing things, so that I can totally focus on having a product of substance, a product of quality. And so, we didn't do the casting party for Radical Friendsgiving at all. I wanted to have a sneak preview for that. At least, people were in different states. Shout out to Virginia for coming up. So excited. Shout out for Philly, Pennsylvania for coming out. So excited that, people from different states, made this a priority to come out and film these special projects. So I'm so excited to have to network and collaborate with people who are literally walking in their passion and purpose. So thank you so much for that. So we didn't get a chance to, because literally down to the wire, on the day of the holiday, on the day of Thanksgiving, I was still editing. On the day of Christmas, I was still editing. And then if you know anything about the editing process, like to render it, for you to make sure everything is where it needs to be, for it to render and actually become our one program to actually becoming a file that you can uh a movie file. It's a process. And then I had to watch that process. I had to watch that film to make sure that it was okay. And then it's always one thing. So then you got to start all over again. So time was truly passing by fast, and I was like, okay, so it's not going to happen. So I had to abandon the original plan of having the premiere party prior to. And so what I did was I still had it. You got to do things unorthodox sometimes. I know that there is, the world's perception, or the world's, um, what is it? What I'm talking? The world's way of doing things, right? There's a process, the way the world does it, the way regular people do it, and I understand that. But they do it that way because somebody created that it was, and it wasn't in place before. However, I didn't want to totally abandon my my wanting of celebrating the cast and crew. So we did the premiere party afterwards. Doesn't make sense to premiere the movie first and then do a premiere party afterwards, but why not? Why not? So what is out? So what, people have seen it. My focus was to celebrate the cast and celebrate it with their family, especially celebrate my young adults. So you have to sometimes do things unorthodox so that you can still focus and have a quality product, a product of substance, and you want to still celebrate the people that are with it. So no matter what your goal is, sometimes you have to deviate and go an alternate route. You know how you're driving and I'm for me, I'm always thinking when I'm driving. So I'm paying attention, but I'm also thinking. And then sometimes I'll miss my exit, or I'll find myself somewhere I didn't want to go because I'm on this automatic thing in my brain driving. But there's always a reroute. You can always reroute to get to where you want to go. But again, you want to ensure that your priorities are, even though you have all these extra things that you want to do, is your goal, is your product of quality and of substance, and focus on that. And if you have time, if you have the assistance, if you have, I could have pushed it back, but why? Because my end goal was to have it out for the holidays. That was what I was, that's what I was focused on. And so I worked backwards from timelines, but then things happen, circumstances happen, laptops want to take their time and keep restarting, or be, or working too slow. And so there are always elements that you have to kind of pivot through as like the matrix. You gotta, your laptop acting slow, so you gotta do the matrix this way. And then, some things act up, you gotta move this way, but you're always still moving in a forward direction. And so my end game was to have a product of quality and substance. I'm gonna keep saying that because I want you to hear it. Have your product of quality and substance, but also be able to move things around that are not permanent pillars, not permanent fixtures, in the timeline, and still achieve your ultimate goal. So yes, I did have a premiere party, but it was after the movie premiered. So it was an after premiere party. It was the after party. Okay, call it what you want, but it got done, and it got done fabulously. Shout out to all the actors, especially I love my kids. Diamond love the kids. Shout out to all the youth actors and their families that showed up. The premiere was lit. It was so good. It was so good, and they got to the cast was there. The cast from both of the films were there. We had to deviate because people got sick. Stay away. Appreciate you. Take care of yourself. I understand that. But you got to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Stay focused. That tunnel vision. And even though you have things that can accentuate uh, the product that you want, what is your end game? And sometimes you have to deviate or alternate from um, from the full plan to get to your goal. And you can always go back and sprinkle some seasoning on it later, but make sure that you have a product that you are happy about, no matter the pomp and circumstance around it. And you can always, shift your mind, or shift your perception, or shift the way that you do celebrate with speaking about the movie, whether it could be virtual or in person, but those things can always be altered. So, but the end game was the product, and you want to focus on your product, whether it's a book, or a film, or anything that you have your mindset on doing. Focus on your goals, focus on your purpose, make a plan, but also know that there are times where you have to alternate or shift and deviate from the plan to create a new plan. It's not saying that you are giving up, or you're going to just walk away from the total vision, but sometimes you got to go back and alter, and you got to scribble this out and put this in, because you learn more as you go on your journey than when you actually start. But you get to grow and evolve and strengthen your muscles and your faith on your way, and also new things of creativity pop up that you probably didn't think about in the beginning, because you're in the now moment. Focus on the now moment. Focus on the priority of all the things that you want to do, and be willing to pivot and alter your plan and goal, to stay focused on the main thing. I am your host, Sherelle Diamond Hogans. This has been the World Changers Huddle. Thank you for joining in. Please visit the website, The Radical Arsenal, at www.sherellehogans.com. Pick up your tools and resources that are there to educate and equip you to thrive in life. Create the environment that you can thrive in.